their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Fielded in the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Tariq Cohen, the ball carrier.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Nice gain there by the second-year runner out of Iowa State, David Montgomery, who often finishes his runs moving forward and knocking defenders back. He finished tied with Josh Jacobs for the most carries by a rookie last year. But what the Bears need from him, improve on his 3.7 yards per attempt. Look out. He can control a game with his running.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Bulls on the handoff. Here's Cohen. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
39-yard line.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Foles on target there to Robinson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Always thought Allen Robinson was a high flyer from his days at Penn State, and none of that has changed with the Chicago Bears. If you throw the ball out to the perimeter, if it's a 50-50 ball, more times than not, he's going to come down with it. And some say he was the victim of some subpar quarterback play last year. He didn't let that bother him at all. Stud 98 catches and over 1,000 yards receiving. Allen Robinson just goes out and plays hard each and every week.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one good for 37 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears.
Makes the score Bears 7, Buccaneers nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. The first carry for Leonard Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Khalil Mack.
The all-pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Bears take over.
34-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Ready? Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
Foles. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Escaping the pressure right. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's Foles. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
7.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep, Jadon Mickens. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, let's see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 15-yard line.
Shotgun now for Brady. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
To Ronald Jones.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back.
Be alert, be alert. Strip that ball. Strip that ball. 51 the mark, boys. 51.
Now Foles. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Good coverage that time by Sean Bunning.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A play fake to Montgomery, now Foles. And he completes it to Cohen. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
6 brings up 2nd and 4 at the 5-yard line.
In the slot on the right is Graham. From the 5, 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Down at the 2-yard line.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Tariq Cohen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
At the 30-yard line.
Now a 2nd down and 6. From the gun, it's Brady. Flush to his right. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They're giving some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, it's Brady. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now he's flushed out left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Oh, that was never on target. It's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
The kickoff for Chicago.
So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the 3rd quarter. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Brady. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Buccaneer 1st down.
Wait, that. Ready? Here we go again. Switch.
Brady now on 1st down. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. A rare pick six thrown by Tom Brady. He'd thrown only 14 regular season pick sixes in his career coming into this season. A couple others in the playoffs, the one to Robert Alford in Super Bowl 51. And you might remember the Titans' Logan Ryan doing it late in the wild card round loss a season ago.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And some room to maneuver. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Taken in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
10-10. At their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Montgomery, the ball.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
At the 29-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On play action, they'll throw. That's caught by Montgomery. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd.
45. Mike, 45. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
O'Donnell punt as he gets this one away. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now Leonard Fournette. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Hey, you don't want to see me. Let's go. No, 66.
From midfield, here's Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's Kahn. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 25 yards there on the catch and run. But the Brady-Gronk connection, certainly something to watch here with the Bucs in 2020. Of Tom Brady's 541 touchdown passes coming into 2020, Gronk's 78 were the most of any receiver. Fournette, a first down carry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Second and 11. They'll run it again with Fournette. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, his second touchdown of the night. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Bears 21, Buccaneers 14. Bradley Pinion to kick.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
14.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch the screen.
Now Cohen. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 2nd and a couple, Foles. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 17-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
At the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Quick pass out to Miller. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller, his second touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd down and 4, Brady, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady, and he's got Miller. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
A gain of 20.
Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit him over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
The Bucs on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Brady. Open man has got it. It's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Brady. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, some of those windows that throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Fournette. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Touchdown.
Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Makes the score Bears 27, Buccaneers 21. Bradley Pinion to kick off.
Now Pinion with a kickoff following the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Foles. And left side here, it's Graham. And they finally get him down at the other 46. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 44 yards.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at the 45. So after the INT, it's Brady. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Back to throw, Brady. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Watson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Second down, here's Fournette. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Back He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. Going for it all. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Bears, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.